This is a 5-part video showing the harvest from the pre-composting trials, and there's many voices you're going to hear on this. It's a truncated experience of harvesting 2 whole farms in a couple of hours. I surprised myself here, wasn't ready for harvest. Hi Squiggler mates, let's check on one of the farms that was started with the pre-composted material from the pre-composting experiment. Ooh. So we just, oh wow. Okay, let's just take a look. This looks really nice. I mean, this was about a month and 12 days ago. 12 or 13 days ago. So less than a month and a half. And there's not a whole lot of signs of unfinished material in here, except for the edges where it had dried out. I'm considering at the moment whether or not I want to harvest this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is ready for a harvest. Pull out some of the skins and pits and wow. So yeah, this is pretty shocking. I'm just going through this material, picking out any bigger pieces. Many voices of Stacy. Oh, we'll do this. We're about ready for baiting in. Making a perfect spot for the baiting in basket. Okay, so this is where this will sit. I'm gonna add some extra material that should be attractive. It's nice and marinated. And press this material against as much of the surface area as we can. Don't want to, oops. I'm filling this basket with the wormy rich vermicompost that is quite finished. So as I fill it in, I'm kind of pushing it against the edges of the basket so there's lots of surface area where the worms can travel from the vermicompost in the basket into the new bedding beneath it that's been squished up to the sides. And we will be left with the almost finished castings that we can finish out, let them mature, let the castings mature with the microbial life that's still rich within, while the cocoons hatch. Little babies can grow up a bit, and we will be left with beautiful castings. Okay, so we begin with light harvesting. Start making some little mountains. So I'm going to do this real quick. At least I have some good insight. May not be able to. Just a little OCD. Okay. Yeah. See, if I see plastic, I just have to get it out. Alright, so let's just take a look. Kind of get everything moved around. Disturb them a little bit. Clear up the bottom just to make sure nothing's blocking the grates in the basket. We definitely want them to be less comfortable here than in the nice, quiet, new bedding material underneath. Nice, dark, quiet bedding. Put this on hold while they do their descent. And next bin. This is the other bin that was started at the same time. So this may be the same situation, likely is. So let's see. So, never know, maybe it's different. Although it's very wet, but it looks like it's also ready for harvest. So we'll do a wet harvest to show what that's like for baiting in as well. Squiggler watch fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Lovin here. Moving the material over into a bin so I can get this one with fresh bedding. Now I'm removing all of those dry bits from the top because they aren't processed yet. They need to stay very moist in order to have all the microbial activity and for the worms to want to come hang out there too. Moving all of this material so I'll have this bin to put bedding in. When this little farm is emptied, we will be able to put fresh bedding in. It'll be very well marinated, so it will be nice and soft. This is the bin that was started with the pre-composted, one part of the pre-composted material to 2 parts. Mostly shredded cardboard that's been marinated. And in less than a month and a half, it's done. As we see here. Ha. Marinated bedding. Giving this a great microbial start. Marinating in some live bedding and castings material. Set it, let it marinate so it's nice and inviting. As I'm putting all of these beautiful marinated shreds in here, I'm making sure that they stay nice and fluffy because we'll be putting the basket on top of them and we want it to make contact so that the worms will want to be descending into their new home. And this is the first time that I'll be using this basket and it has smaller holes. So we're going to see how they do. Keeping it fluffy to ensure the most amount of contact. Okay, this is the rest of the material from the first bin. I'm going to spread this out nice and evenly, giving them a good chance to use the entire surface of this to be baited in. Okay, we'll leave this be for a few minutes, then come check on it. And in the meantime, let's do some light harvesting next door.